This year's Stoughton Syttende Mai Parade is brought to you by Stoughton Hospital, trusted care close to home for over 100 years.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Syttende Mai. After a day of rain, the sun is now shining and we're ready for a parade of 2019. I am Laura Trotter. I'm the director of the Stoughton Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Tricia. I sit on the board of directors of the Stoughton Chamber of Commerce. Great to be with you today.
So let's get going and talk about what we've got on our parade. As you can see, the rain did not keep the crowds away. We have the streets lined with hundreds of people. And what we've got coming at us is the Stoughton Police. They always start our parade off. And then right behind them we have, it looks like the Stoughton Ambulance, EMS.
Yes, the Public Safety Services are first in the parade lineup today, and that's totally appropriate. We sure appreciate everything that they do for our community.
Absolutely. And the flags are waving, as you can see. We always line our streets with Norwegian and American flags for the summer. The wind is a little whippy, but that's okay because it makes the flags flutter with celebration. You know the parade is starting when you hear those sirens.
We'll be seeing the Dane County Sheriff as a part of these opening units as well.
So some things about the festival this year. 2019, many people know that we mint a commemorative coin, and on the coin this year is a picture of the new Stoughton Veterans Memorial Park, and on the other side is the Norwegian coat of arms. The Chamber of Commerce mints those every year, and they always have an American side and a Norwegian side in a way that is somehow linked. So it was a really popular coin this year because that Veterans Memorial Park is just a lovely addition to our community.
It's a wonderful facility.
And I'm sure all summer long people will be able to enjoy going out there and seeing it.
It's definitely worthy of a visit.
Oh, it looks like we got some family members of some of the police department, unless they're really recruiting them young.
Someone's in trouble in the back seat. Stoughton also has a K-9 unit that does some great work for our community. Fire trucks are always fun to see. I know the kids love those.
They keep them in such amazing shape. They always look like they're ready for a parade. And after our emergency vehicles, you can see the color guard. Today's color guard are the Black Knights color guard from VFW Post 7591 in Madison. It's also the Dayettes color guard from VFW Post 791 Auxiliary. And they look ready for the rain, but I think we're going to escape any more rain today.
It's looking good for the parade.
We're going to have a dry parade, I believe.
Following up, we see an electric hospital bed from Military Order of the Cootie Pup Tent number 41.
They certainly look smart. And it's an honor to have them with us today.
A word of thanks to all of the soldiers and veterans who have put their lives on the lines for all of us.
We certainly owe them a lot. I know that the local VFW chapter really wants the message out there that they are for all veterans of any age, that they're really hoping that some of our younger veterans will start joining them and becoming active in the group.
They offer some great services and support and camaraderie.
And in this car here, we've got a Stoughton area veteran, I believe. Boy, he's really enjoying being in the parade, isn't he?
I wish I could drive my bed around.
Okay, now we've got the American Legion Riders Association, District 3. Excuse me, the American Legion Riders Association of Wisconsin. The riders are all American Legion members with an enthusiasm for motorcycling.
This is the 11th year for their presence in the parade here. They cover the territories of Dane, Richland, Crawford, Grant, Iowa, Greene, and Lafayette counties. So really nice reach here in southern Wisconsin. This is the 11th year the Legion Riders have led the Veterans Float. However, the Stoughton American Legion and VFW have had a float in the Syttende Mai Parade since the Syttende Mai Parade began.
And that's kind of it depends on who you ask.
How long? When the first parade was?
Yes, because there has been a parade of ever since there's been Norwegians in Stoughton. It got organized by the Stoughton Chamber of Commerce, I believe, in 1962 or 3. I'm sure they're very excited that the rain stayed away.
Yes.
Being in a motorcycle.
Glad to see lots of people standing on the sidelines to honor these folks going by.
Absolutely. I believe this float here is some of our local veterans. You'll see that one of the people on the float is dressed in full fireman's gear, and that is
to honor fallen firefighters who have recently lost their lives in the line of duty.
They do a good job decorating their float, very patriotic.
Up next, we're looking at a military 2.5-ton cargo truck and trailer, uh, better known by military personnel as a deuce and a half. This is an M35 A2 cargo truck and trailer.
This particular one is built in 1970 by Kaiser Jeep Corporation. It weighs 13,530 pounds at a cost of $46,000.
It's a 6-cylinder diesel multi-fuel engine, which means you can burn diesel, gas, fuel oil, or kerosene in it to keep going if the need arises.
It's used to transport food, supplies, ammunition, and soldiers to the front lines. It was capable of maneuvering very rough terrain with its 6-wheel drive. I see there's a Vike Malling on that cargo truck. He owns Viking Brew Pub, and he's a very proud veteran here.
Here we have the Cottage Grove Fire Department ladder truck.
I know that they often assist, the local fire departments often assist each other, and I know they like to have friendly competition about their trucks. It's great to have them here today.
Some of that competition happens in the Victorian Holidays lighted fire truck parade, which is a delight at the start of winter.
Absolutely. This year will be the it's right after Thanksgiving, and it's a lighted nighttime fire truck parade every year. Oh, there's some festival goers enjoying festival treats. This next car coming up here is WKOW Channel 27.
This is their 30th year in the Syttende Mai Parade.
How about that? It's our area's #1 news station, weekday morning and at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. We frequently enjoy getting weather updates about the parade from the meteorologists.
And since they were on site here, it was very handy.
Looks like they've got their Storm Track vehicle in the parade today.
What? We needed that earlier.
Yep, but not anymore.
Not anymore. It's been fun to see over the weekend some Viking helmets and Thor's hammers and things like that. Always fun seeing people of all ages. Here's a great example of the Viking helmets coming up with Black Hawk Community Credit Union.
They're certainly embracing the local heritage, that's for sure. Black Hawk Community Credit Union is the festival's diamond sponsor for the 2nd year in a row, and they really enjoy meeting with the crowds, talking with people, passing out goodies, and having a lot of fun, as you can see. The two that were holding that banner were in our canoe race, and they had a ball. They want to let you know that the theme of that year's float is navigating your financial future, which is why they have the Viking boat.
This float was built by Valders Lions Club in 1976 for the Lions Bicentennial State Convention Parade. It's appeared in Stoughton Syttende Mai Parade before in the 80s and 90s. Recently, the float was refurbished by the Stoughton Lions Club, and its new home is now in Stoughton. You'll be seeing more of this in the future.
Black Hawk Community Credit Union is proud to be able to give back to Stoughton through its support of its members, area events like Syttende Mai, and by supporting many local nonprofits. That is an impressive float.
It's very impressive. We really appreciate their support.
And next we have the Stoughton Area Little League. And they provide area youth with an opportunity to play and enjoy baseball in a positive, safe environment.
This is their first year in the parade, and we're certainly happy to have them.
Their goal is to help build player skill level and send well-rounded players to the Stoughton High School program. And you can see that there's quite a bit of them. That's wonderful to see. I'm sure they're having a ball.
Aw, I bet they are. We really hit a home run with the weather this afternoon.
Yes, we did. You know, all those parents that are walking the parade with them, they are involved in so many levels.
Putting on programs like these takes quite a bit of effort and all volunteer time and effort. So we really appreciate folks who are involved in the community in so many different ways, helping these kids with their sports and so many things that people are doing in the Stoughton community.
And here we have the Stoughton High School Marching Band. Before we give you a moment to just listen to the band, I want to point out that this is the first year that they have brand new band uniforms.
Oh, they look great too.
They certainly do. The kids really are proud of them. It makes them look as good as they sound. Let's listen. We're lucky to have such a large program here in Stoughton for the band and the choir and the orchestra.
The band would like to thank the Stoughton High School band boosters, parents and volunteers, and the administration of Stoughton High School for their continued support.
And here we have some delegates that are guests of Livs Reisa, our Norwegian Heritage Center. The guests are from Norway, and they were brought over by the Bryant Foundation. They are, we have riding on our float Jerry and Judy Gritton home from Stoughton, but then we have some Norwegians that, I'm going to say their titles because their names are going to be difficult for me, but we have a tourism manager, manager of culture in Gjøvik, a museum manager, and a political leader of culture in Gjøvik.
Great. Gjøvik is our sister city. It's great to work with them.
And of course, right now on your screen you have our Syttende Mai King and Queen, Jerry and Karen Lapidakis. And they have just been a delight to have them all week representing Stoughton, the Chamber, and our Norwegian culture. Jerry and Karen have been very strong supporters of Stoughton through many, many hours of volunteerism. And they're being pulled by some, I believe, Clydesdale horses. Oh, I'm sorry, Percheron draft horses.
Here we see the Chamber of Commerce's new Business of the Year recipient, the Virtual Foundry. That's an exciting startup in town here, working on some innovative 3D printing materials.
The Chamber of Commerce has been awarding some Business of the Year awards, and we are proud to have honored the Virtual Foundry this year, which Tricia is the president of. But it looks like you got some employees riding in the car today. We have our past kings and queens of Syttende Mai. We have been appointing a king and queen of Syttende Mai ever since 1969. So it's really wonderful to see some of the past kings and queens. In order to be a king or queen in Stoughton, you have to have contributed greatly to the community, either through commerce, volunteerism, or other methods. And so what you're seeing here is some of Stoughton's finest.
They really have contributed so much to the city. It's an honor to be selected as the king and queen, and these folks are very proud of that. Here we have the Stoughton High School Norwegian dancers. They're the Goodwill ambassadors for Stoughton High School. The group consists of 24 high school students, and they're directed by Stacy Heimsoth.
The dancers perform throughout the school year at schools, retirement communities, and additional venues. They are exciting to watch, and they also get to go on tour every year to spread the joy of Norwegian dancing. These students here are recipients of the Stoughton High School Spirit of Excellence Award. They're student senate members who wrote and received the award, and they are, I think this might be all of them.
There were 9 students.
Okay.
Looks like we might be missing a couple, but they really packed themselves in there. They worked for 4 months to create that Spirit of Excellence portfolio.
Their work was selected from the region as the overall winner. It's quite an honor. And here we have Barb Lowe, Citizen of the Year, as designated by City Hall. Barb, I know, has worked a lot with FFA and other organizations, and she's been working at Stoughton High School for a long time.
Oh, and just gliding past her, we had Jonathan B. on his high-wheel bicycle.
I see.
He may be circling back around.
Now here we have Independent PDR LLC.
They're focused on paintless dent repair right here in Stoughton.
Their owner, Brian Houston, was born and raised in Stoughton. I'm sure it's really fun for him to be in the parade.
This is their 2nd year in the parade.
This is a float called Troll's Rule. That is a 6-foot iron troll. And I believe that he named him Olsen. Olafsson. I see, it's Thorius. And he was made in Cooksville. Here we have Carrie Agarup. And she is the Business Person of the Year, designated by the City of Stoughton.
The Business of the Year was given to Carrie Agarup of SCAA Resale Shop, a Stoughton thrift store that fundraises for Agarup's nonprofit Second Chance Animal Advocates, which covers the medical needs of pets and rescued animals. Looks like they brought some of those animals with them today.
Agarup was nominated for the award by some local people who recognized Agarup's support of 183 animals, totaling over $12,000.
With them is 3 rescues. Rescues bring everyone together.
Which is another organization. These are all local rescues that help people recognize how important it is to check out adopting rather than shopping. Did you say that?
Here we have the Girl Scouts of Stoughton.
And they're happy that they have Girl Scouts represented here today that represent Daisy, Brownie, Junior, Cadet, and Seniors. I know they just got finished with their cookie sale.
What's your favorite cookie?
I'm a traditionalist. I like the Thin Mints.
I like the shortbread.
Oh, nice. Looks like they're highlighting how they have an international presence. Here we have our Syttende Mai Prince and Princess, Gage Sviam and Natalie Zarnop. For quite a few years now, we have chosen the Prince and Princess from only the 3rd grade. And we do that because in 3rd grade in Stoughton, the students learn about their the Norwegian heritage, and they get to attend a lovely event at the Sons of Norway Lodge, which shows them many aspects of Norwegian life. So we thought that the 3rd graders would be the best ambassadors for us, having gone through all of that.
They get to do lots of things throughout the festival. Riding in the parades is such a treat. They start the community fun run on Saturday morning, which is a 2-mile run walk for little folks, and lots of other things throughout the weekend.
These two have been doing it like champions. Their bunads are lovely. And here we have Miss Wisconsin. Miss Wisconsin is Tiana Vanderhey. She grew up in Wisconsin Rapids and received a communications degree from University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
She worked as a reporter for WXOW TV in La Crosse for 2 years before starting at an advertising firm in Madison.
She advocates for teaching students communication and career planning skills.
Here we're taking a look at today's Q106 Responder 1 pickup, dedicated to first responders.
Today's Q106 is Madison's hometown country station for more than 35 years. Oh, this is fun. We have Duncan.
Who wants a donut? I hope people don't try to take a bite out of him.
Duncan, as an organization, provides fundraising support to multiple student organizations, Stoughton Library, Stoughton United Methodist Food Pantry, American Legion, and others. He actually looks like he does have a bite out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And the Stoughton Chamber of Commerce, another award that we gave out was Small Business of the Year, and the winner is Conant Automotive. I know that we have some of the Conant employees in the car today.
Here we're seeing the Cambridge High School Marching Band from Cambridge, Wisconsin. They've been marching for the past 11 years in this parade.
And we'll take a moment and listen.
That was Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. drum cadences.
This is a Stoughton Yoga. This is their first year in the parade.
Stoughton Yoga brings wellness to the Stoughton community with affordable and accessible yoga and mindfulness classes. They're located right on Main Street above Wendigo.
This semi is Stoughton Trailers, large business of the year as awarded by the Stoughton Chamber of Commerce.
Stoughton Trailers has 1,000 employees just in Stoughton.
It was founded in 1962 by Don Walline. The family owned and operated the business. The family-owned and operated business is now one of the industry's leading manufacturers of conventional and intermodal transportation, including semi-trailers.
Stoughton Trailers is hiring. Visit stojobs.com to start your career today. You can see that website right on the side of the truck there. They're a great community supporter.
And you can tell that they are proud of their employees because that's what they featured on their truck today. Although they employ 1,000 people here in Stoughton, they employ 1,500 people at their many locations.
Oh, it looks like they're handing out some fun little squeezy trucks.
And candy. It's interesting in this day of social media. I frequently will see people commenting about, hey, I'm driving in Montana and I saw a Stoughton trailer.
Oh, they love seeing posts like that on social media. Let's give a look and a listen to the Cripple Creek Cloggers.
They have been in the Stoughton Syttende Mai Parade for over 20 years. Looks like it's they're having a good time up there.
They always look like they're having a great time. It makes me want to try it.
I'm sure it's a really good thing to learn. You know, keeps your mind and body sharp. Next here we have the Stoughton Gymnastics team. This team sent 29 tumblers, or gymnasts, to the state meet and advanced 27 to nationals. There are 38 people on the team.
They sure make cartwheels look easy.
And they'll be doing those for 2 miles. The length of the parade.
We have 79 entrants in the parade this year. Great to see so many people participating in our hometown festival.
And here we have Mayor Tim Swadley, his wife Lori, and some of their grandchildren. Tim's been busy this week too with all of his duties as mayor, making proclamations, helping the festival as well as the city. This is the 1855 Saloon and Grill.
Sponsoring Belgian draft horses pulling a restored Studebaker water wagon. Wow, those horses look great. They're big.
Yeah, they're amazing. Such a smart looking wagon too.
Let's welcome the Stoughton Special Olympics and People First Stoughton. They serve local Stoughton groups for people with intellectual disabilities.
They've been involved in Syttende Mai Parades for the last 12 years.
Stoughton Special Olympics started in 2005 with just 5 athletes. Now they have more than 30 athletes. The athletes participate in track and field, bocce, bowling, and basketball, and swimming.
And People First Stoughton is an international movement. People First is an international movement with local chapters across the country, made up of people with disabilities that are known as self-advocates. It is their mission to promote community inclusion with a strong sense of belonging for all. This is the Stoughton City Band.
They're a group of music lovers of all ages who enjoy playing together and entertaining our community.
The band plays for city events during Syttende Mai, Memorial Day, and Victorian holiday weekend, and performs a summer concert series and a Christmas concert.
There are about 30 members in the Stoughton City Band.
Festival goers could also hear them at the canoe race portage every Friday of Syttende Mai. This float that they're on is relatively new to them. It's only been in the parade for a few years, but it sure does make a nice ride for them. I'm sure they appreciate the canopy for the sun.
Yes.
There's St. Vincent de Paul.
Be a guilt-free shopper at St. Vinny's. It's Stoughton's best place to find treasures for your kitchen, closet, and kids for over 28 years. All your purchases help support your neighbors in need right here in Stoughton.
They're going to have a Harley-Davidson event beginning June 5th if you want to check that out. Your local St. Vinny's store helps support our men and women's housing programs and their free pharmacy, the first in Wisconsin. Anyways, some of our local youth showing off their Stoughton pride. And here is King Oscar. If you've been to the festival for the last 6 years, you'll know that King Oscar has been our tent sponsor, and they're having a great time every year passing out their sardines and other seafood products and getting to know the Stoughton community. They're almost an event of the festival themselves.
They are. People really look for those sardines every year.
And they've got some helpers that are helping them pass out sardines, yo-yos, and other goodies for the parade viewers.
Do you enjoy sardines, Laura?
I do indeed. I will admit I never had one until King Oscar became our sponsor, and now I enjoy them immensely. They are a Norwegian bristling sardine, which is why they have so much interest in our festival. And King Oscar, of course, is their namesake, and they're proud of that Norwegian tie. And now we have Metal Mom, longtime Stoughton resident and international social media celebrity, Jean Brewer is the actual mom of Metal Mom.
She became a celebrity on Instagram when her son Nick began dressing her in heavy metal t-shirts while doing mom activities like knitting. In real life, she's more of a James Taylor fan, but she's a good sport.
That balloon you're seeing is a Macy's Day Parade style balloon with handlers. It takes 850 cubic feet of helium, and it's over 25 feet long. The float itself has Metal Mom sitting on a throne of knitting needles. And then we have the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts is dedicated to providing community service to Stoughton and the surrounding area. It's really great to see the range of ages that are still involved in Boy Scouts, from the very young to up to seniors in high school.
Local Stoughton Eagle Scout, for his Eagle project, built a full-size TARDIS from Doctor Who, and it's installed in the Stoughton Public Library.
Yes, that's right. What a fun project.
Yes.
This is a float that's quite interesting. It's got a little story behind it. It's put on by Sustainable Stoughton. They had a student that came up with this idea to graphically demonstrate how our use of plastic is affecting our earth. So they designed this giant plastic monster eating the earth.
The plastic was attached to the framework by kids at the Earth Day Expo here in Stoughton that happened on April 27th.
Per Earth Day, right? And here we have the Sons of Norway from Mount Horeb. They also have a Viking ship with people in bunnads and other festive apparel. It's called the Venalog Lodge, and it's a vibrant, growing, and thriving lodge located in Mount Horeb.
The mission of Sons of Norway is to promote and preserve the heritage and culture of Norway and to celebrate relationships with other Nordic countries. People noted on the float is the 2019 Academic Scholarship recipient Siri Martin and her family.
Stoughton has a very active Sons of Norway Lodge, too. They don't have a float because they're busy serving people food all weekend long.
They're very busy.
Right. And here we have McFarland State Bank, another good supporter of the festival and of the Stoughton community.
We'll be seeing 2 vintage trucks with some bank employees and their families.
It looks like they also brought some of their 4-legged family members.
Well, the vintage trucks, one is a 1946 half-ton pickup. The other is a 1957 Chevy pickup. McFarland State Bank is a wonderful supporter of the community. They're also a part of lots of other organizations.
And they've been in the area since 1904.
It's a long time.
Yeah. I think the festival goers are getting a lot of treats.
I think so too.
Here we have Brass Knuckles. It's a brass group that plays a wide variety of music, including some Norwegian music.
It's a local group made up of professional musicians that performs in southern Wisconsin. They're on Facebook, Brass Knuckles Brass Quintet with Percussion, and they're also at gigmasters.com. they'll be playing the opening night of gazebo music the Thursday after Memorial Day, so coming up. Eye of the Tiger. It's a great tune.
Our next parade entry is Christ the King Church.
Christ, the church has served Stoughton for 26 years, and today in the parade, for the first time in the parade today, they're highlighting some new programs: Royal Rangers for boys and MPACT for girls. These groups are designed to raise leaders in the community.
They're located, their church is located on the parade route, so I'm sure that's a lot of fun for them. We're seeing them be very, very active in the community too, doing bouncy houses at our coffee break festival and other things, because they're really reaching out to the youth.
You can see in the forefront here one of the gas lamp looking street lights that we have downtown. Just one of the elements downtown here that really lends to a beautiful feel. You can see the brick crosswalks there, and we've got some great historic buildings. It really is a lovely place to be.
There's always a stir of excitement when the flags go up for the year too.
Yes. And when the downtown is decorated for Victorian holiday and the holiday season, it just looks beautiful. But before we're thinking about wintertime, we've got a whole season of fires and s'mores and roasting marshmallows coming up. Are you a camping person, Laura?
I enjoy camping immensely. Yes, we do it quite a few times. We did it a lot more when the kids were younger, but we still do it 3 or 4 times a year. How about you?
I enjoy camping maybe once a year.
But how many times do you go?
Probably less than once a year. The Madison Packers were founded in 1965 and incorporated in 1967 by Earl and Rudy Lee. The club has been active for over 50 years.
They take 2 buses to every home game and other events in Green Bay. Their charity is Rawhide, who they raise money for during the year. They show up every year with a lot of enthusiasm.
The Packers are a fun and easy team to root for.
Here we have KG and the Ranger. This is a miniature covered wagon pulled by a giant armadillo, accompanied by a rope spinning cowboy. And they've been entertaining the Madison area for over 30 years.
The Green Beret Marching Band has been performing and marching for over 50 years. It was formed in 1966 to provide a positive musical experience to the youth of Rock County with a focus on personal growth and entertainment through competition and performance. They're entering their 53rd season and are excited to present their 2019 show titled Paradise Lost, based on the epic poem by John Milton.
The Green Beret Band has performed across the country, including Washington, D.C., Indiana, South Dakota, and many cities in Canada.
It's a strong community youth band in southern Wisconsin. They're based out of Janesville.
This is AR Flags. Based in Madison, they travel to different events in Wisconsin, raising money through donations, with 100%, no exceptions, going directly to help homeless veterans of Wisconsin.
Stoughton FFA is celebrating its 81st anniversary this year. Steve Knickmeyer is a Stoughton native who grew up on a dairy farm, continues farming today. He's driving his 1972 Model 4320 John Deere tractor.
On the wagon. And here we have the rocket cycle. Always a fun thing to see in the parade.
I wonder if he ever tips over.
I bet he can correct pretty well.
I might be okay with driving a motorized vehicle that was that low to the ground.
I think it goes pretty fast, though. And we have the Zor Shrine Circus. Zor Shrine Clowns, excuse me. Looks like they're picking and grinning. They are the oldest clown unit in North America. They started in 1936.
They've been a part of our parade here for 19 years. You can see the banners on the side of the truck there. We're looking at the City of Stoughton Friend of Youth, Matthew Griffey, and the Chamber of Commerce Award winner for Business Person of the Year, also Matthew Griffey.
Matthew is an instructor and owner out at Kicks Unlimited, and so they are proudly marching behind him.
We may see some karate demonstrations here on the camera. Let's hope.
They benefit the Stoughton area by dedicating our time and efforts to empower the minds of all ages.
Kicks Unlimited was the named Business of the Year in 2018. So they've been doing some great things and really serving the youth of our community in an impactful way.
The Stoughton Lions Club is here today with us.
It's one of the oldest clubs in the United States, established 95 years ago in January 1924.
Lions Club is the world's largest service organization. They're very active in the community, helping with vision screening, eyeglass recycling, helping with food needs, diabetes awareness, safety camp, and the list goes on and on. The Stoughton Lions are proud sponsors of the new pickleball courts at Mant Park. They're going to be open for play starting Saturday, June 1st. And here we have Mosquito Squad. Mosquito Squad has been around since 2005. It's just now available in the Stoughton in south central Wisconsin area. They keep your yard mosquito and tick free.
The mascot looks pretty tough.
Yeah, he looks just like the guy in the truck. And now we have the Madison Pipes and Drums.
This is a Scottish pipes and drums band under the musical direction of pipe major Chris Brand and band president David Bradley. Here we see John and Darlene Arneson, the 2019 recipients of the Community Appreciation Award.
The Community Appreciation Award is given out by the Friends of Norwegian Culture, and they are the supporting group of the Stoughton High School Norwegian dancers. They give this award out annually based on community involvement, activities, and leadership.
John and Darlene are active in Sons of Norway, First Lutheran Church, FFA alumni, and other community organizations.
They were also the Syttende Mai King and Queen in 2013.
We are very lucky here in Stoughton to have such a great hospital right here in town, close to home. Stoughton Hospital calls itself a champion of health.
They are also generous sponsors throughout the community, sponsoring the festival. They happen to be the sponsor of today's broadcast of the parade.
They've been in the community since 1904.
I believe in their car today is Dan DeGroot, their president and CEO. But they want to say that, more importantly, they have some of their employees and families with them today.
Stoughton has a proud history of a very strong wrestling program, and that continues today. The Stoughton Vikings wrestling team completed their 64th season with a 13th trip to the WIAA state team tournament.
Riding on today's float are some of the 11 seniors that have been a part of teams that are part of the 4 Badger Conference championships. And they are proud to say that the Stoughton wrestling team are back-to-back state team champions in 2018 and 2019. And here comes Homer the Lion. People are always excited to see Homer. He's, of course, with Home Savings Bank. They've been around for almost 125 years. Their bank is almost a tourist destination because of the Norwegian rose mauling that was done inside their bank by Ethel Kvalheim, who locally we know is just a very famous rose mauler. Homer the Lion is a famous mascot. And now we have the Deerfield High School Marching Band.
This year's band has 50 musicians from grades 9 through 12. They'll be performing next spring in Toronto, and they've also recently performed in New York City, Washington, D.C., and New Orleans. They also they perform every fall in the Gemütlichkeit Days Parade.
Good job.
I'll have another chance to try that word later.
I love seeing the department company building in the background of some of these shots.
It's a striking building.
Yeah, and I know that some of the people watching the parade don't get to come to Stoughton anymore, and these images are probably bringing back lots of memories for them.
Goodwill Stoughton opened in March 2018 and has quickly become a part of the community, with employees volunteering at the Coffee Break Festival and creating more than 25 new jobs.
Through its sale of gently used donated items and multiple recycling streams, Goodwill diverts 20 million pounds of goods out of local landfills and provides value to customers by giving donated goods new life. One of their missions is supporting employment through which people with barriers to employment are matched to local employers.
Gemütlichkeit Days in Jefferson, Wisconsin. The Gemütlichkeit Days means good times, and it's an organization in Jefferson. Riding on the float are the 2019 King and Queen. This festival celebrates Jefferson's German heritage. It's held in that town every September.
This is their 49th year for having their celebration. Oh, we missed the Jolly Giants. There were the Stilt Walkers, but now we've got the East Koshkonong Lutheran Church. They are celebrating, as it says, their 175th anniversary this year.
They're one of the first Norwegian churches established in Wisconsin.
They serve the communities of Cambridge, Stoughton, Edgerton, and Fort Atkinson. We have the Stoughton Viking Snowdrifters.
The Viking Snowdrifters are celebrating their 50th year as a club here in Stoughton. Was started in 1969 and is one of the oldest clubs in Wisconsin.
They have third-generation snowmobiling members, with some of the older ones still in their membership.
They maintain 45 miles of trails that go through and around Stoughton. That looks like their trail groomer there on the truck.
So congratulations to them on their 50th year.
Have you ever tried snowmobiling, Laura?
I have not. Have you?
I did, yes, as a kid. It was great fun. Oh, I hear some pups.
Yes, we have Norwegian Buhund dogs. These are a purebred from Norway dog.
They traveled with the Vikings by land and sea. They've been used as herding and watchdogs for over 1,000 years, known for their intelligence, friendly dispositions, and high energy levels. They're also very cute.
They've been up at the craft fair, so people have been able to see them up close and personal throughout the festival. And here we have an entry by Cummins.
This is a Nissan Titan XD powered by the Cummins 5-liter V8 turbo diesel engine. The truck also has Cummins NanoNet fuel filter, after-treatment system, and more.
It's an extraordinary truck.
Cummins is celebrating 100 years in business this year. They were instrumental in getting the Fab Lab installed at the high school.
All right, and because we have a police car going by, that is the end of our parade. We want to thank you, everyone, for watching our Syttende Mai Parade here in Stoughton, Wisconsin. The Stoughton Chamber of Commerce is proud to bring this every year, and we appreciate your support.
Thanks for tuning in.